Hello, it's Pete here again. We are talking about our old friend. Well, it's not an old friend because it's a brand new redesign of the Sizzix Big Shot Plus. But not just that. Today, we're going to be talking about the Blossom gift bag, one of the nicest box or bag dies that Sizzix have ever done, in my humble opinion. Before we look at the Blossom gift bag, let's just talk a little bit about this brand new Sizzix Big Shot Plus, because obviously it does have a lot of features which are different to the original Big Shot Plus. It's a lot more compact, for one thing. It's very modern and the styling is so smooth and ergonomic. Being able to put your plates and platform on the top like that, it may seem a small thing, but if you are limited for space, to be able to do that, to be able to load up your plate, put it in and then through the machine, it makes a lot of difference. Then of course the internal workings of this machine are exactly as they have always been. Why upset a winning formula? The handle, it just clips off like that and then it goes underneath, and you can see underneath these wonderful feet which obviously disperse the weight, and the weight is about 6.8 kilos or 15 pounds if you like. But what it means is that it's sturdy without being too heavy. There are, again, also a couple of carrying handles underneath. So if you do need to take it from place to place, you've got the handles there. The weight's in the middle, so it's nice and stable. And we'll talk about that a little bit. Well, actually, I have talked about it in quite some depth. There's an overview video for the new machine. Please go and check that out. But today, we also want to be looking at the Blossom bag. Now, the gift bag, it's a lovely little design. This is the main bag. Obviously, because of the length of it, you need an A4 machine. And this machine does take both A4 and US letter size, so no problem there. There's a tag and there's some more foliage as well, but I'm just going to be using the main die today. So you can see this die, it has these crease lines in there, so it cuts around the outside, but this part actually creases the card or paper that you're using. And something else I want to talk about today is, I want to talk about the cardstock. Specifically the Sizzix cardstock, because there are so many variations. If I take this out for a second, actually, pop it behind me, and we look at three colors. Okay, so I've got this cream, this lovely sort of rusty red, brown, orange, call it what you will, and this very, very deep red. Now, if you're putting these together, which one do you use as the main color? Would you have the body of the bag as the red? Because when I'm trying to make this judgment, I'll say, okay, that's my main color. That's my secondary color. And I do it very much like this. So this is how much I'm showing. And then that is my accent color. Okay, so that's the bag, that's the flap for the bag, and this would be the flower. Now you can reverse that. Say for example, where you have this as the secondary, this as the main, or you can take it like this. But by looking at it that way, it gives you an idea of the color balance. And this is a little swatch which I've made, and we will look at some other swatches as well. So I put these when I find colors that I love, and this is Sizzix Cardstock. So go and have a look on the website at the Sizzix Cardstock, at the range. We have wonderful neutral colors. We have our standard range. We have our muted range. They all work so beautifully together. But there is one combination. There is two. And there is the third. So we are using the same colors there. But obviously, this is the accent color. I personally think that the lighter one works best. I think they all work because it's a lovely color palette. It's a lovely combination. But that one is my particular favorite because those flowers pop out. That's what I like about that. But it's great when you're putting card together to find the best combinations and the ones that work for you. But I'm going to take the bag and we're going to go back to our machine. We're going to pop it there and let's cut the die. Now, obviously, as I said, we can roll this out, place it on the top like so. Take my cardstock. Now this could be a full A4 sheet, it doesn't matter. I've trimmed it down to size because I want to use the other card later. So waste not, want not. I did that prior to cutting, of course. And if I put the other one on top, and you can see these plates, they've been through the wars. This is actually my machine. I don't just break out brand new plates every time we do a video. And we'll wind that through. Now you hear that click. Right, let's see if we can do, yeah, you see that? You hear that? That always happens with a die like this. But people, when they use the machine for the first time, they think, oh no, I've broken my machine. Don't worry. It's normal, it's natural. There we are. And that is it, all cut, ready to go. So just pop that out there. And you can see, let's just take this out for a second. You can see all those crease lines. So you just fold along them like, you can use your thumbnail and your fingernail to get a perfect crease. You can just use finger pressure. You can use a bone folder. It's entirely up to you what you want to do there, but you just need to go across those crease lines. And they're lovely, they're a lovely depth. If you crease too deep, if there's too much pressure in the machine, they could cut with some paper and cardstock, but not today, my friends, because we're using the Big Shot Plus. And we know it has perfect pressure for die cutting any wafer thin die, or indeed a Big's die with a steel rule blade. As now we've cut the base. Okay, I've cut the flower, so I cut one earlier and I just trimmed that down. I trimmed that away from the main body of the die. Now there's one other thing that I need to do. I need to cut the flap, because as you can see, what I've done is I cut one earlier, I made it creased, but the flap, that part with the flower on it, I trimmed that away because I want to do it in a different color, which is this lovely, lovely burnt orange. And this color, incidentally, is from our muted range, as is this brown. And I think the red as well, or the red might be from our festive range, but please do go to the Sizzix website and check out the different colors available. It's a lovely weight of card as well. It's perfect for die cutting. Absolutely first rate. Now, here's the thing about an A4 machine. And some people say, well, you know what, I don't always need an A4 machine. And that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine, because you can take your Sizzix platform and Sizzix plates and actually run it. So the standard Big Shot ones, you can run it through your bigger machine if that's what you want, if you have a Big Shot. But if you need bigger dies, bigger embossing folders, then this is the way to go. But all I want to do now is cut up to there. That's all I want. So what I can do is run it through like that, pass it under the roller and run it back. And it's in and out so quickly. And rather than run the whole die through, because obviously this die is cutting it into a plate with no paper and cardstock. So to mitigate, or minimize, I should say, the wear and tear, that is the best way to go. Now, we'll take that out. We've got my lovely flower. And I've always got a die pick or a die brush close to hand, because when you pop this out, when you have this delicious detail, the trouble is the bits do stick in. That's die cutting for you. A die brush would probably be better because you just run it over the top, but I'm using my die pick, which is such a useful little tool, because even when you've got sort of double-sided tape or foam, you know, for picking the backing off it, this is one of those absolutely 100% go-to tools. It's permanently by my side, almost like a gunslinger. There we are. Now, so this is the part I want, okay? This is the lid, and I will just trim that. Now, normally I would use a steel ruler and a craft knife, but I'm gonna trust myself because my scissor skills are pretty good. Now that was nice and straight there. And let's bring in the box. The box, you can see I've already put the tape in place because that's the only areas that you actually need tape. And this is a wonderful tape because it's tearable, so you don't have to cut it down to size. Now let's put a bit across here. You can see I've just trimmed across that with the scissors. Here's my die pick. This is what I'm talking about. So that's going to lift that off, and I simply place that on there like so. Nice straight line, as I promised. Now glue. We want to attach the flower. So I'm bringing in some PVA and I'm going to scribble it like so onto this little silicone mat which I've cut down to size just for this purpose. And what I'm going to do is just dab it in the glue. And what this does is it means that I tend not to get glue all over my die cuts. You know, if you're trying to glue it from behind, it's probably the cleanest and easiest way of doing that. And just line that up. Make sure it's in the right place. In a minute, once I've put this box together, I'm going to show you some different color combinations and talk about the wonderful, wonderful Sizzix cardstock. But let's start. So I'm going to take these one at a time. So let's fix this one. Now, some people like to use PVA. Some people like to use a hot glue gun. I'm not about to tell anybody what's best when it comes to adhesives, because if experience tells me anything, it's very much down to personal choice. Some people swear by certain things that I just don't get on with at all. You know, you've all got our favorites, and never let anybody tell you any different. If it works for you, then it's the best method. It's the best way. But yeah, so you do what works for you. Ignore the noise. Right, so that's it. It's that simple. 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of double-sided tape. Make sure the sides are together. Then we pinch it here, and then finally, now you can put twine across the top of there. You can put a little bit of double-sided tape here to close it up. There we are, like so. Really, really cool. However you want to close that. So as a favour box, as a wedding favour, you know, if you just want to use sort of a metallic flower, that's equally lovely, like a gold flower on top of that. As a way of giving a gift at Christmas, you know, if you want to go with a festive colour palette, that again is entirely up to you. But what I'm going to do now is bring in some other colour combinations using my Sizzix cardstock. So let's take this one out for a second. And how about that? So this is I love orange and pink. Orange and pink is a bit of a thing of mine at the moment. But combine it with that cream. Now, if that was white, I get a completely different vibe. But because it's cream, holy moly. Now, this is from our standard cardstock range. These are from 3 different cardstock packs, actually. So again, go back to the source and find out all about it. Then next up, this one's nice. It's kind of classy. So this mint green, obviously, that's a very sort of almost like leaf green. But this grey, this lovely grey, and the grey is a neutrals pack. We have a selection of different greys, black and white in that as well. But it's a really classy colour palette. I love that. But again, changing where the accent is. So if we switched out the grey and the mint, it would look great, but it might not look that good. So it's good to move your colours about, to find out what works for you. Now this one here, we're using contrasting colours. So they are opposite each other on the colour wheel, purple and green. But it really works. It really works. And with black as the accent as well, you know, that's really funky. I particularly like that one. But it is each to their own. Again on the color wheel. These are, you know, oh no, actually no, yes, the orange and the purple. They are, again, contrasting colors, but we've got white as the accent this time, rather than the black. Now, you could switch that out for black. It doesn't really matter. It's whatever works. But having these little palettes, these little swatches, and that's what I do with spare bits of card. This is nice. This is nice because this is an ivory. So I could have used a white, but I didn't. I went with an ivory, and we've got this lovely deep, rich red. And it's a very grey blue, that one. It's lovely. It's almost like a dove grey. Would you call that? I don't know, but it's just, again, you know, imagine that as a wedding favour on the table, or, you know, Christmas even, because arguably this could be a festive colour palette. So, and then finally, so almost like the one we've just done, except we've switched out the red, we've kept in the rust, we've used mustard and cream, and that's a really, really gorgeous combination. That just by sometimes switching out or mixing one colour, and that's why when you've got scraps of card, get them all together. See what works and what doesn't work. It's the best way of doing it, rather than, I mean, I do look online and I look for interesting colour combinations, and I keep a Pinterest board for that very occasion, you know, when I want to get inspiration. But yeah, get your cardstock, cut up little sections, the waste bits, right? Put them together, see what works. Now, this has been our wonderful Blossom gift bag. I'm just going to sweep it to one side because I do want to talk about another one, another die which we're bringing out to go with our Big Shot Plus. And this is, and it's a 13 die set, and this is Bloom and Bow Box. It's a gorgeous little set, and I will show you some variations on the theme. So that, again, similar color palette to what we've just used there. That's some of our silvers, some of the opulence. With this set, you do get the flowers, you do get these internal pieces, the framing pieces, you do get the bow, but most importantly, you get the box itself. So that time we're switching out the colors for gold again. So there's, and again, gold, silver, rose gold. We have a lot of different metallic cardstocks. So something for everybody, for all occasions. And there's a, and let me just show you. Let me just show you the box itself and how it works. So you could stamp a sentiment in the center of that. It's whatever you want to do. You can see it's a matchbox, essentially. That's how it goes together. Really, and it does go together so well. It is such a simple, intuitive little box, and it will be great for any occasion, whether, as I say, favour boxes, your Christmas table, and it is one of our essentials, which goes with our brand new Sizzix Big Shot Plus. So there we have it, the Sizzix Big Shot Plus, the Blossom gift bag, and the gorgeous, sumptuous Sizzix cardstock. Now, if you want to know more about the machine or the die, or indeed the Sizzix range, then go to all our usual places. Get inspiration from Instagram, from Facebook, from YouTube, or join us at sizzix.co.uk, or in the US, sizzix.com. Thank you for joining me today. I'll see you again soon.